think that Mari is the perfect person to talk to on these topics, how we are changing as human beings, what will be relevant for the future of work.
It's so funny because when you decide something or when you really want something, things start to happen and then it helps you to like do this step.
Do you think that if anybody would decide something and would want it very much, that the things will work out in the end like it worked in your case?
I think so. I think also we always have to put from ourselves. So I think both things work together. First, you need to really know what you want. And by knowing what you want, you have to know more about yourself. So what I want is really what vibrates inside of me. And by having this very clear, then you know also what you have to do to reach that.
First of all, thank you very much for having me here, and I was so much looking forward to meet you.
No, you're welcome.
Maybe a short background for the viewers of this episode. Mari is a very good friend of mine, and she is running her own school here in Barcelona. And the school is focused on the personal development, helping individuals to achieve a better performance mentally and physically, right? To have a better quality of life, to achieve a better quality of life. I hope I described it.
It's perfect. It's better than me. Very good, Alina.
And this is exactly the reason, or one of the reasons I wanted to have this conversation with Mari is because she is involved in this kind of activity, and since I'm researching about new work topics and how the future will impact us in general, humans, I think that Mari is the perfect person to talk to on these topics, how we are changing as human beings, what will be relevant for the future of work. And in addition, she's an entrepreneur and she is a maker, and I believe that the world of the future will be more and more filled with people that are creative, that are having the courage to create their own things, to follow their dream and really create or make something. And so it's again good to get some insights from a person that is already doing this and learn from Mari.
Thank you.
Mari, I would like to, before we go into the exciting things about what you're doing, it would be great if you tell me a little bit about yourself. What things have impacted you until now so far? How did you shape yourself as an individual?
Sure. I've been working in communication for 20 years, and always I wanted to impact people's life while having fun at the same time. So I was doing that in communication. But then I decided to, I was working so much, not spending so much time with friends, with family. I felt it was good working in communication, but I didn't feel I was really impacting people's life. Mm-hmm. So then I decided to quit my job, but I didn't know exactly what to do. So then I have a friend, that was about 10 years ago. I had a friend that was working in a non-profit organization called SOS Children's Village. And before I decided what I was going to do, I said I wanted to volunteer for the organization. But they were looking for people, that was in Brazil, where I'm from. They were looking for people to do fundraising for the organization because they were not receiving any more funds from Europe and had to be sustainable in Brazil with their own resources. So then that was how I started to work in the third sector in Brazil. And that was already for me amazing because I was working in communication, but at the same time I was impacting people's life and kids' life because it is an organization that protects the rights of the kids in Brazil. So that was for me a very good experience. I worked for 6 years for the organization. And at the same time, I started to learn about a methodology called the DeRose method, which is now what I work for. And I had for 6 years both things. I was working for the organization, and at the same time I was studying the DeRose method to have a better quality of life, to have more consciousness about everything I was doing. And then I fell in love with the methodology. I thought that I had to teach that as well. So for about 4 years I had both jobs at the same time. Then I decided to, I had a dream also to have, I visit Barcelona a few times, and I really love the city. And I don't know, I felt it would be a great place to live. Then everything made sense in my head, like to open my own school, to teach the DeRose method, to support SOS Children's Village and support the kids in Brazil and in Spain. And then have my own business in the city I really liked. And that's how I became an entrepreneur for the first time in Barcelona.
How long did it take you to take the decision actually to come here, change the country, come and build your own school, leave your job? I'm sure it was not an easy decision.
No, it was not easy. Also because my fundraising career was at the better time when I decided to change the career. So that was difficult because it was like leaving a very comfort zone and leaving a very good moment of my career. So it wasn't an easy decision, but at the same time I knew I had to do that. It took about 2 years in total, I think, until making the decision and organizing everything to come to Barcelona. And it's so funny because when you decide something or when you really want something, things start to happen, and then it helps you to like do this step. And I say 2 years because I had the idea, I had the dream, and then I thought no, it's not gonna be now, let's wait. But then, because that was so strong in me, things started to happen. So I met someone that could come with me, that now is my partner of life and my partner of work as well. And then I had a friend in Barcelona who wanted to open a school as well, and she told me, let's do it together. And then I had someone that started to work with me at SOS Children's Village that I thought, he can actually do exactly what I'm doing, so I'm not leave the organization alone. So everything was conspiring for this step to come, but it was about 2 years.
Yes, I think it's still a short time to take such a big step, right? To make such a big change in your life. 2 years.
It's
but
true.
Do you think that if anybody would decide something and would want it very much, that the things will work out in the end like it worked in your case?
I think so. I think also we always have to put from ourselves. So I think both things work together. First, you need to really know what you want. And by knowing what you want, you have to know more about yourself. So what I want is really what vibrates inside of me. And by having this very clear, then you know also what you have to do to reach that. And then, of course, when you do that, the universe will conspire to bring you the things that you are wanting and you were working for.
Yeah,
that's
a
a combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have been now since how many years do you have the school? It's
almost 2 years.
2 years.
In March is going to be 2 years.
How has it been for you?
It's been an adventure. It's been very good, very hard sometimes. Like I cannot say be an entrepreneur is very easy because I would be lying.
And I like that you are sincere because we need to give here some advices to others.
So real advices. Yes. Yeah, it's like it's better to don't know how much work it would be. If you know, then probably you won't do it. But what helps me is I really love what I do, and I really love the impact that I have in people's life. And that was really what I wanted. So in the difficult moments, I have that very strong on me. No, but it's a lot of work, but it's work mixed with fun, pleasure. So it's been like that. It's been with tough moments. We try new things, but because it's new for us, then sometimes it doesn't work. Then you have to try in a different way, then it works better. So I think a new entrepreneur needs to know that he or she, you will make mistakes many times, and it's better to make mistake quick because you learn quick and then you go to the next step. And this is how it's been. We've been making good decision, bad decision, learning with the process, and having fun.
That's really nice. I'm thinking like it has been 2 years now, and it's a completely new environment for you, a new way of working also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is completely challenging, right? And the question is, how do you manage to deal with moments when you are not so sure about what is coming next? Or did you feel like you had any hesitations since you started that maybe you should quit and get a normal job? Or, and if yes, how do you deal then with this to keep continuing what you're doing?
Yeah, actually this is very normal. I had this in the beginning, especially like, oh no, this is too crazy, maybe I shouldn't do it, I'll just get a job, do what I know how to do. So yeah, I had this thought sometimes, and sometimes I even still have a little. What I do, it's I have so many good friends, so I get advice from my friends, like people that I admire, that I see that they are successful. And successful doesn't mean only to be financially successful, but they're like successful in their life. Some good friends, so I talk to them and I ask for help. I see that many people fail. I also have friends that they try and they didn't get it, but because they closed themselves to the world, to the friends. So I'm the opposite. If I feel something it's not going well, I ask friends, people that I trust, and I try to be with them. It's better. It's good to have people close to you that inspire you, people that you learn from. So yeah, this is what I do. I look inside of me and ask, but this is what you want, right? You know it was not gonna be easy. So let's try different ways. And then with the help of friends and workers that I admire, I can have the final push. Yeah. Yes. And I think this is a continuously thing. Yeah, then gets better, then you have something that goes wrong, and then you talk to people that advise, and yeah. But my main advice is to have good friends and great people that can help you.
Yeah. And share
support,
not
share experience. Yeah, not saving to yourself the difficulties, but sharing and asking for help.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. And I wish you all the best now because I was seeing a very interesting picture with the life of an entrepreneur, which was like this, you know, like a really a not easy path, not a linear path. And
it's not, it's true.
And at the same time, it's also so interesting, right? Because every day is so different, and you are so free to try whatever comes to your mind because it's your thing, and
exactly.
You are not, you don't have any boundaries in the end.
It's true. Yeah, that's very true.
And now talking about the new work topic, the future of work and so on, this is definitely something that is like thinking from a different perspective of work. You are doing what you like to do, you're doing it in a different way. You don't have a boss who is telling you do this and that. You might get some advices, but it's a different way of working. Do you sense that the way we work is changing overall, like what people in general expect from work and how they work now or they will work in the future? What is your opinion on?
Yeah, I think it has changing. It has changed already a lot, and it's changing quickly. What I think that the future will be, it's to don't have a separation between work and personal life, because everything has the same purpose. I think when you have a purpose in life, that's what makes you get off the bed and do things and go to work or go to a meeting with friends. It's all mixed up, and this is what I most like about my life right now, because my students are also my best friends, and my husband is also my partner, and it's all mixed. Of course, there is a challenge because you have to have some spaces to, you know, rest and recover. But it's so nice because it's like always working is having fun, and then you don't have boss as well. And I don't think you have to be an entrepreneur to have this life, because if you are really with your heart in what you're doing, even if you work for a company, then your boss is not your boss, is your partner, that you do things together for one main goal. So you have the main goal, either if you are the leader or if you are from the team, but everybody's going in the same direction. And also this makes you create solid and great relationships. And then I don't think you have to be an entrepreneur, I mean, to have your own business for that. You can do that working for a company. And I think this is the future.
I like that you're saying it, because I hear very often some controversial discussions about the work-life balance. It's like work would not be life, and it's like life starts only after work ends, and companies are still offering this kind of social benefits or this kind of packages and putting it under the name work-life balance. With us you will have it if you come to work with us. And very many associates still see this clear split between work and private life. And you are saying that it's coming more and more together, especially when you decide to invest the time in what you really love doing. Right?
Exactly.
This is only when it can work, right? Because if you don't love what you do, then for sure work will be only a trade of time for money, and then but most of the times this is what happens currently, and then people are frustrated.
Exactly. People are working Monday to Friday, looking forward to the weekend, and then during the working days, looking forward for vacation as well. So you just have fun and enjoy life when you are on vacation, and this is so short.
So little, yes.
So yeah, I think you have to find pleasure at work. And I think the only way is to like have everything mixed. Like you can be on vacation, then enjoy the time also to work or to learn, and then you can be at working and having pleasure as if you were on vacation as well. I think for me, this is a trend. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you on this.
Yeah.
Yes. But this brings me to the question of. This works only when you really know what you do and you are doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
And the question is, how do you find what you really, really want? Because it's such a complicated question. And in the past, people didn't used to ask this kind of questions. It was normal. You go to work, you make some money, then you have a little private life, and it was normal. And now it's really becoming a very crucial point of people's lives to really find out who they are, what they want, and it's so hard to find it. Do you know, or what would be your opinion, how to find in an easy way?
Yeah, it's true that's not easy, but it's an amazing discovering as well. The way is to study yourself. So self-knowledge is also words that everybody's saying lately. It's basically like doing a very deep study of yourself, of your values, the things that you want to feel in life, also your talents, the things you do well. So I think these things mix together, and having clear what makes you happy then can lead you to the decision on what really is the perfect work for you. It's like because when you try to do something that makes you happy, but at the same you don't do so well, it's not going to work. And the opposite as well. If you just do what you do well, but it doesn't make you happy, then it wouldn't work as well. So I think these two, regarding the self-study, these two things are the base, like to know what you want to feel in life, and that is different from everyone, and also to see really what you're good at, and it's also different from everyone.
It changes so much when you say to know what you want to feel and not what you want, because
exactly
it makes it so much easier and so much easier to find the answer. What do I want to feel? And then by answering this question, to understand what you want to do, and not already putting pressure on you. What do you want to, or what do you want?
Exactly. It's a big difference. It's easier to find the answer then.
If you know, so like you say, to find first what you want to feel.
Yes.
And then, like, do also some experiments, right? Try and then see, do you really like it? And then maybe if you don't, then try something else and see how you feel.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is regarding work and other things in life as well.
So there is no secret only for work that works, and then for life it's
for everything. Yeah.
That's this is what I like, is that it's individuals are having the responsibility for their life, and they need to first do some work to find this kind of answers, and not only maybe feel hopeless that I don't know, because it's a hard work to know, and a lot of time that you need to invest in finding the what and the why.
Exactly.
And then this is exactly in the middle of the new work. This is how I see that people really know what they want to do, and they find opportunities to do what they really want. And especially because there will be so many opportunities, so many new jobs will be created, right? In the future, jobs that don't exist nowadays.
Exactly.
And it's a perfect opportunity for people to take the accountability and the courage to get to do these new things.
Exactly. Many works I think will disappear. Some things will be replaced by machines in the future, and will be more everything that is related with relationship and humanity and inspiration. All these things, we'll have more opportunity to work on that, and the things that can be done for a machine then will be done for a machine.
Yes. So you're saying that we are good at being creative, at interacting with people.
Exactly.
Machines cannot do this yet as good as we can.
Not yet. Maybe
in the future with artificial intelligence and machine learning, maybe, but so far we should invest time in building up these skills, right? In getting better.
Relationship, like impacting on people's feelings.
Yes, and teaching is a very good area to develop.
I think so. Because what I see that from my experience, and also what I see from my experience, for the experience of my students, is that when you really have the identification with your professor, then you learn more. And this identification will be difficult to have with a machine. So it's like a feeling that connects the student with the professor, and that is a channel that opens that the information go so easily. And definitely I think teaching, and it's the way to learn and develop. So it's how the society, the humanity will develop as well, by learning, learning about ourselves and learning about everything in the universe.
Beautiful. Talking about career and getting to do what you really love, what would you recommend to the people that are still hesitating, maybe don't have the courage yet to change the jobs that they are doing now, or the people who are now finishing their studies at school and they need to start a career? What would you recommend them to pay attention or to be aware of when choosing? Or
I recommend for who is finishing the career and still is not working or is starting to work, try to really do this deep self-knowledge exercise to see if you're going to the right way. So like what you want to feel, what are your talents, then this should lead you to the decision where you should work or with what you should work. Some people are in a different stage of the career and they have these questionings as well. It happened to me. I was working in communication for so many years. Then I was like, but is this what I want to do? I did also my self-knowledge study. And then I see, no, it's not what I want to do. And then I did a transition slowly. I think if you are in a certain point of your career, sometimes you have to make it like step by step. So the self-knowledge exercise will be the same for both. But if you are already in a career, maybe you can do different steps. You can get your knowledge or your contacts or your position to do the step for the new career or the new work you will do. When you're young, you don't have anything to lose, then it's easier, no? So as fast as you do or as early as you do, better.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think this, I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah?
It's clear. I mean, even if you are now in your 40s or 50s, it still makes totally sense to change your job if you don't like it.
Definitely. Yes.
With the keeping in mind that the change should be as sustainable as possible, not just quit your job and then ask yourself what do you want to do, but do it in a wise way.
In a sustainable way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us go back into how do you organize your day. Being an entrepreneur, running your own business, it's again challenging. It's interesting. Do you use any tools to plan better your day, to organize, not to forget important things? How do you do it? Yeah,
I write everything that I have to do in an application, but the application is just my own way to do it. But I think if for some people can work just a notebook or but it's important to take off your head and put somewhere the things you have to do. I like everything, even if it's like I have to go to the pharmacy to buy something that I put there, so I don't have that in my head. Or I have to finish a proposition for an important company, then I put everything I write it, and I go, when I do it, I take it off the list. And for the meetings or classes, things that I have to block the schedule, I use the agenda. That is the same in the computer and my cell phone, just the Google Agenda.
And you have 2 more partners in this business, and
yes.
Do you have alignment meetings? How often do you discuss about topics, or it's not so official? You just do things and decisions on the way?
It's a good question. We have changed that so many times, actually. Like I did the life of entrepreneurs, changing, learning, and yeah. So we started having a weekly lineup, like with the whole team. And then we had like different areas of the school meetings. There will be two depending on the subject of the area of the school. But now we feel that it's more because we do so many things and we have not so much time. We think it's better we meet instead of a lining up. We do a very quick lining up and we start working together. It's like we have spaces in our agenda to work together. Things that we depend on each other, so we are together so we can make decisions quickly and start to work already. Because before we did the meetings and it was 1 hour and a half deciding things to do, but then we didn't have the time to do things. So now we use more, like 2 times in the week to meet, to do a quick lineup and start working. And it's been working more. And we make decisions and do things all the time. So we don't work only in this period that we have reserved. This is more for administrative work.
Yes.
But everything else we are like, after the class we meet, we have to do something, okay, I'll do, and yeah, it's been working like that.
Okay. And what about books? What about people or that have inspired you into becoming the person you are today? Are there any books that you can recommend, or maybe podcasts? I don't know what you like to...
I like books, I like reading. Well, the one I should recommend is the one that most inspired me is from DeRose, Professor DeRose, which is the man that created this methodology in the 1960s, and is someone that I really admire, and he has many, more than 30 books, but the one I most like is When It's Necessary to Be Strong. Mm-hmm. It's the title of his autobiography. And actually, I just remember now the other question you asked. When I'm thinking that I have to give up, sometimes I read pieces of this book. Because he's been through many difficult times, but he knew he had to do that, and he was so persistent. And some pieces of this book helped me to get inspired and understand that things are not easy, but when you know that you're right, things will go and you get them done.
And what is your expectation from yourself in the future? When you think of yourself in some years and of this school, what would be the dream that you would like to achieve?
My dream first was to have this school and impact people's life. And now I'm thinking I want to have the school working, so I don't have to be so much in the operational things, so I can go more and, I don't know, travel to impact more people by speeches or writing. I don't have so much time to write, but I really like to write.
That's nice.
So with my books, with courses that I can reach more people, open speeches, to inspire more people. I think this is my dream now.
I think that's a very altruistic dream, and it's a good one, and it fits perfectly with what humans want nowadays to impact in different ways, and it's beautiful. And now to sum it up, what would you say that is or how does the perfect world look like in your opinion? If we think about humans, if we think about technology and everything, what would be the perfect world in your eyes?
I think with people having better connection with themselves and to each other, like really preserving great feelings, helping each other, and with the technology to support like the countries that are still in development. I think we have achieved a great moment with the technology, but still we're not using it so much to help the countries that are still in development to use it. So with the education going to these countries and achieving especially the young people, the children. And I think that would be my dream world, like technology helping the countries to get developed, the ones that are not yet, and people more connected to themselves and to each other.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That was a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you.
Gracias, Alina.
Gracias.